Shalom, shalom, 2 times. All praises to the Most High, double honors to him as well. Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai Barakatai. So, man, we're going to go over this little lesson right quick. Not going to be too long. Hopefully it's satisfying. So brothers, keep this on their spirit while they're moving throughout the week, doing what they got to do in this little funky-ass captivity. Alright. The title to this is going to be Example to Others. Alright. First precept I want to pull is Deuteronomy 32. We're going to start at verse 7. Of course, we want to be examples to others. When we go out preaching this word, people are going to hopefully hearken. But at the same time, they're going to pay attention to what you do real close. So if they catch you slipping, they're going to try to throw it in your face. I thought you did X, Y, Z. And don't you follow the Bible? And aren't you a so-called Israelite? Because that's just how it go. Sometimes I can't explain everything, but that one, they definitely gonna hold things accountable. Most of the time not in your favor. So let's check this out. This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, starting at verse 7. Listen up, Israel. It reads, "Remember thy days of old. Consider the years of many generations." So, of course, we want to meditate on the Most High's words. We want to remember what our fathers did. We want to understand the examples that they left for us. The King David's, the King Solomon's, Yahweh Shai's, Paul's, the Joel's, etc., etc. We got plenty of examples. "Ask thy father, and he shall show thee, thy elders, and I will tell thee." So, with that being said, asking your elders, your dad, ask for the stories, etc. He'll tell you stories back in the day, about what they did, what happened, etc. Salaki. And what things happen to them as far as going through, just life, etc. And they leave an example for us to follow, clearly. A little precept to go with that. Keep in your minds. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 8, verse 9. "Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learn of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need requireth." Alright, so cool. So we know when you talk to your elders, they always got some good wisdom to tell you. Like a little personal saying I always say, man, I love sitting with the old heads. Just for the simple fact they can really show you something, teach you some knowledge. So sit with them. Chill, chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're supposed to respect that hoary head too. So, sit with the elders, man. They got something good for you. Whether, it be through their mistakes, through some of their successes, whichever. They got something for you. You know what I'm saying? Take heed and listen. Alright? Going on right along. Let's go. We got another little precept we want to tap into. We're going to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 1. All praises, all praises. And it reads, "The elders which are among you I exalt, whom am also an elder, and a witness of the suffering of Yahweh Shai, and also a partaker in the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of Yahweh, which is among you." So that's one thing we got to do. We got to feed the flock of Yahweh, which is among us. You dig? So by feeding the flock, we got to go do the work. We got to study. Reason being, because if a man has a question, we can't just, twiddle our thumbs and just feed him any old thing that we feel. Now, with that being said, we're responsible for that as well. So if you talk to a brother, make sure you study. So you got to answer for him. You don't want to be sitting there, confounded. Now, granted, I'm not saying that to say, you know everything or act like you know everything. Stay humble. Try to explain as much as you can, but feeding the flock, doing the work. Once again, leading by example. By doing the work, they see that. And they're paying close attention, believe it or not. Continuing on. "Taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint." Key word, not by constraint. So, meaning, you're not doing this by, nobody's twisting your arm or have a gun to your head saying, "Hey, look, man, you got to do this, blah, blah, blah." You're not getting any type of filthy lucre, so to speak, some money. You're doing this all because of the working, because you want to, and the Most High commanded us to do this. So, keep it on going. "But willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind." So how you have a ready mind, you got to study, stay in the spirit. Granted, always, I'm not finna act like I'm always in the spirit. For the most part, I do try. And that's all the Most High, I feel, is asking. He's going to search your heart. So just, stay on top of things, man. Be ready. Do it because you want to. Verse 3. Neither as being lords over God's neither as being lords over God's heritage, but being examples to the flock. Come on, man. Too easy. We gotta be examples. They gonna see. Put it like this. You go out. I met a brother today. Prime example. We was in a little rooms to go store. I was looking for some bed slats, and one of the brothers came in. He's like, what? Shalom, bro. I was like, man, shalom, big bro. How you doing? Said we chopped it up. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, I see the fringes. And, I was like, well, bro, you need something? I was like, my wife's so, etc. He untucked his shirt. He had to do business casual. He working for the Esau. And, he pulled out his shirt and he's like, bro, I'm on deck. So we exchanged information and, hopefully the Most High builds that thing. Cool. That was a precept on that. Going to the next one. Let's go to the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4. Let's see, 1 Timothy chapter 4, and we'll start at verse 12. It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4, starting at verse 12. Listen up, Israel. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in faith, and in purity. So once again, you got to be an example in everything you do. Can't be out here just saying any old thing. Bro, where the hoes at? Bro, let's go smoke. This and this. Bro, don't you read the Bible? Don't you serve God, etc.? But you can do this? And so everything, they're paying close attention. They really want to take your jewels that you drop and turn around and rend you with it. So be careful what you do say and how you say it. Always try to control your spirit. Granted, we are human, and a wise man, it's like a righteous man, follows much. Follows 7 times. So, we just got to be careful what we say and do. So, in conversation, watch what you say. In word, if you give your brother your word, hey, bro, I'm going to be here. I'm going to do this for you, blah, blah, blah. Granted, things come up, communicate. Too easy. If it doesn't, keep your word. In charity, so showing love, going out to labor. Just do something for your brother. I'm saying? Your brother might not be in the truth, but he's looking at you and examining you real close. I got a brother like that. Take out his trash, Look out for him if he needs some help with something. Don't be, too hard up to help him, man. Look out for him. That should steal your family. And he'll take heed to that too. In spirit, in faith, showing extreme faith. Don't be tripping out when certain things don't go your way. Focus up. Going on to another precept. Let's go to Proverbs, man. Chapter 24. Let's get that right quick. Proverbs chapter 24. We're going to go to verse 10. Alright, and it reads, this book of Proverbs chapter 24, verse 10. And it reads, Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. Salakia. I'm in Psalms. I do apologize, I can. Alright, Proverbs 24 and 10, and it reads, If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Playing upon tables. Don't faint. At least try not to in the day of adversity. So when something come up, man, stand like a man. Everything ain't gonna go your way. Everything's not gonna be all smiles and rainbows and peachy. Things gonna get rough. Things is gonna happen you're not gonna like, but you have to deal with it. So don't. I want to say we're going through nothing. I really don't want to belittle any brother's situation or whatever you have at that matter. But we didn't really go through too much. Our forefathers went through a gang of stuff that we probably couldn't even go through. Some maybe, but the majority, I really don't think we could. So long story short, man, you gotta gird up. You know what I'm saying? Chest up. When adversity hit, don't run. Matter of fact, I just thought about a precept. Let me go to Sirach chapter 2, and it reads. We saw that from the top. My son, if thou come to serve thy Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure. And make not haste in the time of trouble. Don't run in time of trouble. Too easy. Leave that one right there. Playing the bond tables, man. We men. Stick your 10 toes deep in the dirt. We're going to get on with the get on. Alright, let's pull another little precept real quick to the spirit. Let's see. 1 Corinthians. Where you at? This Book of 1 Corinthians, and we're going to go with 11. We're going to start from the top, too. It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, and it reads, listen up, Israel. Be ye followers of me, even as I am also of Hamashiach. So this is Brother Paul speaking, and he's speaking to the church of Corinth. He's telling them to be followers of him. Why? Because he's an example, right? So if he's an example, and he's running around out here, with a pork sandwich, etc., they're going to be like, bro, like, what type of an example? Didn't you tell us in the law we're not supposed to, X, Y, Z? So, too easy. That's one of the things Paul had going. He was an example to his people. He followed Mashiach. So, it kind of debunks, too, like, Paul taught different. Some people do say he taught against Christ and things of that sort, but that's a whole nother story. But once again, being an example. Matter of fact, through the Spirit, you got to think about this, make this connection. If he's a follower of Christ, what type of example was Christ? So let's see. Let's go to 1 Peter. 1 Peter chapter 2, and starting at 21. For even hereunto were ye called because of Yahushua also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps. So if Paul's following Yahushua and he was left as a perfect example, and he's following his steps, how much more should we? So keep that in mind too, man. We examples. Alright? Excuse me. Alright, let's go to the book of Philippians. Let's see. Book of Philippians. Second patient women, kings, and princesses. Philippians chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 16. And it reads, nevertheless, whereto we have already obtained, let us walk by the same rule. Let us mind the same thing. Brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them that walk with Slacky. Mark them which walk, so as ye have us for an example. So if you're walking contrary to this word, mark them. Too easy. Like Romans chapter 16, 17, it's like, if they, so like I'll take that back. That was causing division. I guess on a deeper level, I guess that could cause division if they are walking contrary. So I guess you could look at it that way. But once again, be examples. Everything you do, soon, man, you get up, put these fringes on, man, they looking at you. I'm telling you, everything you do. So just be wary of it. Keep it in mind. I'm not gonna go too long at like 1, 2 more. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 11. Let's see what we got. Hebrews chapter 11. And it reads, we're going to start from the top. And it reads, now faith is the substance of things hoped for the evidence of things not seen. Verse 2 to point. For by it the elders obtained a good report. So, if the elders have a good report, they had a lot of faith. That's a good example to watch. If anybody gets a good report, Israel, to report something, you have to look at it. You have to jot it down. You have to take note and notice of what's being said, done, and executed. So with that being said, if you get a good report, that's a good thing. That's mean you're walking to the Spirit. You're walking how you're supposed to be. And also with that being said too, great example. Whole lesson of this right here. It's just a great example. I'm gonna pull one more, man. We're gonna shut it down right quick. Check this out. Let's see. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 and 4. Knowing, this is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 4, and it reads, knowing, brethren, beloved, your election of Yahweh, for our gospel came not unto you in word only, but also in power, and in the Holy Ghost, and in much assurance, as ye knew the matter of men were among you for your sake. And ye became followers of us, and the Lord, having received the word in much affliction, with the joy of the Holy Ghost, so that ye were examples to all that believe in Macedonia and Achaia. It's like if I'm pronouncing that last place wrong, but the point is, they were examples. Once again, we always have to be on our P's and Q's and examples. Don't try to get took out of the Spirit. Don't let people try to snatch your crown. Don't let certain things upset you and vex you. Don't let your woman vex you. Don't let work vex you. Now, granted, it's more than likely going to happen, but it's just how we do. As far as dealing with it, is what I mean by how we do. We're handling it. Um, Being honest, Akim, Lords and Kings, I think that's all I got. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. Shalom.